Hey all, and I've been playing Galaxy Attack Alien Shooter for quite a long time. What I thought I'd do during this video is show you my account and explain how I've done everything without spending any money. So this is what my profile looks like. Combat power 2.721 million. PvP points 1088. I don't put that much effort into PvP if I'm being honest. My PvP history here, since the matches have been relatively easy, since I don't have that many PvP points, I have won all of those. Endless and campaign as well. Level 160, 529 stars. The boss I'm at is really difficult. I will hopefully get it soon though, and get past level 160. Also worth noting, the save button is not active. This is an older device and not my main device. Because I've logged into an older device with the save button not active, anything I do during this video won't actually be saved. So I can just mess about and use items, do whatever I want really. It normally takes around 1 hour, 15 minutes of actual gameplay for the save button to come back. And I probably won't be doing this during this video. What I'll do to demonstrate this is mess about with the clan market. I'll see if any clan gold appears, as that will save to my profile. But I'm not actually losing the crystals here since it's obviously on another device rather than my main one. I could also go ahead and use chests and matrix pieces if I wanted to, as I already mentioned. There's not much point though. The pieces I need are very rare. Half of these skins I have unlocked already, but still have matrix pieces for, which is a little bit weird. But there we go. The grid is all stones, which I don't really need. There's not much point in using there. Now to go to my ships and show the expert items I am using. The most important ship is Pulse Blast with the expert items. You really want that carrier uplink item. Since you're stuck with Pulse Blast, that allows you to get a better ship far quicker. Also, I found the Missile Barrage expert item to be really useful. Clears the enemies a bit quicker when you have that equipped. I think this is pretty much the optimal setup for Pulse Blast. Very useful in PvP and mini-boss mode. So there we go, now to move across to the other ones. I have quite a few Transformer skins. I do also have the PvP skins as well. Well, for some of the ships anyway, you can see Galaxy Wisdom Glory there. If we go over to the Transformer Hawk, then the Galaxy Hawk, the one with the Rocket Rain. Pretty much a similar story with most of the ships. I'm not going to talk through the expert items on each ship too much, but I feel with Terminator, having the Charger expert item is really useful, since Terminator is normally extremely quick at clearing the waves. Having Charger on it as well gets through a lot faster. That can give you the advantage in PvP. I do also have this nasty Predator Terminator with that difficult energy attack. You've probably all seen that attack for yourselves. It's quite a tough one to avoid. Legendary. I sometimes have Charger on Legendary when I'm trying to beat a new campaign mission, but for now I have Critical Sensor and, if we go out here, Deflector. Deflector is really, really useful. You can also put Deflector on the merged ships there. If we go across Element Lord and Tyrant, that sometimes stops them from splitting if you take an attack. That's pretty much all my ships though, and the important skins and expert items. I do have pretty much all of the drones and skins unlocked. I think there might be one that I'm missing. the Neofrost, and Neofrost isn't exactly good anyway, so not a big loss not having that. There we go. Anyway, that's my ships and drones. Now on to some of the strategies I use. Firstly, for getting crystals, mini-boss mode is incredibly useful. Let's go across over to mini-boss. I normally play stage 8. The Abelusha boss splits up and sometimes gives multiple crystals, so let's go ahead and give this a try. See if I get any crystals or not. Okay, so here we go. I just have a pilot squad equipped that I already had on before starting this. I'll talk a bit more about pilots in one of the next parts of the video. But this should hopefully give me a few crystals, maybe 2 to 3 in total. We shall see though. Oh, I got legendary right at the start. That's why the expert item is so useful for getting another ship, or should I say useful. One other useful tip, if the bosses are not dropping crystals, you should reload your game. Sometimes if you play boss mode or PvP mode and then go on to mini-boss mode, it doesn't always drop crystals here. You have to reload first before it does. I know that's a bit strange, but it's just the way it is. 1 crystal so far, though. Can I get another? Well, we shall find out. I'm getting through the enemies really quickly, though, as you can see here. Nice and easy with legendary. I think it's only going to be 1 crystal, though, unfortunately, so not the best of runs. Normally you get more crystals than this. See if another one drops on the final enemy here. There we go, kill it nice and quickly. No, just the 1 crystal, I think. There we go, that's that done with anyway. It's the best way of farming crystals. You need to get lucky, though, with the enemies actually dropping the crystals. And as I already mentioned, if they're not dropping crystals, reload your game and try again. Something else might have affected it to stop the crystals from dropping. So I think the daily challenges are worth playing even if you don't necessarily need the items. Sometimes, for example, on the Golden Dragon Challenge, the mini-boss may drop a crystal. Similar sort of story on the Terrible Knight. The end boss, though, on Terrible Knight can be really difficult. OP Machine, I think, sometimes comes up. And it's either the level 2 medium or level 3 hard version. But yeah, I think try and play those each day, even if you don't really need the items. So I have actually unlocked all of the pilots. If we go over to the pilots here, there's all of them. Some of them don't have much energy. If you log into another device, you lose all of these batteries, so that's something to be aware of. Let's go over to the squads as well. Some of my favourite squads. The Big Boys squad, I think, is pretty useful. The Magic squad as well. That's incredibly useful in mini-boss mode, since every single boss gives you that 10 seconds of invincibility. A few other pilot squads I have unlocked, but I haven't unlocked all of them. There's quite a few not owned ones here. I need to do some serious crystal farming, I think, to unlock these. One of the best pilots individually, though, I think is Patrick. Increased 10.8% damage for spaceship. This pilot also has a reasonable chance of a stronger ship dropping. You can see here, not quite max leveled yet, as it's a pilot I only recently got. Definitely one I want to try and level up though, and will use as much as possible. So now to talk a bit about getting these stones. There is one that's available each day from the adverts, even though in the recent update they seem to have put a delay on the advert, so you have to wait 2 minutes between each one. and that's rather annoying if I'm being honest. I do have a ton of stones though. Let's just go across to the first ship. Click on the stone like so. You can see all the stones I have here. I do sometimes use Evolve Stone Fusion when there's that stone event on, but I don't use it at any other times normally, unless I'm desperate to try and upgrade one of the other ships or skins. If you are going to do Evolve Stone Fusion, never ever use the lucky materials. It's a total waste. You can see here the chances hardly change with a drone ticket, and one of these legendary pieces again hardly changes anything. Just be a bit careful there, don't accidentally waste items. So how did I get so many stones? Well, just from playing really. Some of the ways to get stones, PvP chests, these sometimes have stones in. Let's open one for fun. Yeah, that had a stone and one of those lovely legendary pieces, hot dog sausages as well. Blue ones are not so good. Oh, got a legendary piece. I'll buy one of these for fun. Doesn't really matter since none of this is saving. See what it has in. There we go, that's a reasonable way to get stones, but 50 crystals a time is really expensive and hardly worth doing. Most game types do sometimes drop the stones though. If you do a large PvP run, you should get a reasonable amount of stones. You can also just play the campaign as well. If we scroll down to the earlier stages, even the first few stages sometimes give a stone. I'm not sure if there's much difference between hard and crazy though. I seem to get more stones dropping if I play on hard. It says 30% drop. Crazy says 60% drop. I don't think they are accurate though. So you could just try one of the earlier stages on hard and see if you get many stones or not. Hero mode is another really good way to get the stones. 50% chance for each stone it says. Biotox here though is really hard to complete. I'd say that's actually the hardest section of hero mode. But this is a decent way to get stones, and stones that you might actually need since it only drops 2 different types of stone per level. But yeah, farming Biotox might be a bit of a nightmare. The other ones are not as hard. Even Void is nowhere near as difficult. That's something you can try. You can also try Endless Mode for stones. Occasionally they do drop. But my recommended method is just play one of the campaign missions on hard and try and play as quickly as possible, or play PvP mode. Since hero mode is a bit erratic, sometimes you can go 10 stages without a single stone dropping there. Something really strange I'm quickly going to show you. If you have logged into a new device, the first ad spin always gives a stone. This is really strange. I don't know why it does this. I'm just going to deliberately fail this stage and show you what I mean by this. There's no chance of beating this stage with Pulse Blast. You get to see what stage 160 looks like though. I'm doing virtually no damage whatsoever and I'm dead. So yeah, there we go. I'm not going to show you the ad, but here we go with the spin. You can see here it will always land on the stone. The first spin, 100% of the time, and it will always be a 6 stone or higher, but that's only if you have logged into a new device. In this instance, it's my older device and it's considered a new device for the sake of this game. So getting these legendary pieces or hot dogs can be a bit of a nightmare. Don't know why they're called hot dogs. Well, actually I do. They do look like a hot dog. But you can see here, I need quite a few of these to upgrade my power. Plus there's also a skin here I could purchase using those legendary pieces. So I still need quite a few of those, and they are not that easy to get. One of the main methods would be from World Boss and all the chests that you get from that. Another method is from PvP. I'll just play a quick PvP match, then show you. So I went and played a game on my main device, and now this is all unlocked, so you can see Hot Dog Sausage, Legendary Piece at 550, Blue Chest at 400, Red Chest at 750, Purple or Pink Chest at 1300. So you have 4 chances effectively of getting a Legendary Piece. The guaranteed one at 550 is always useful. This may take quite a bit of time though, unfortunately, but it's something you can try if you don't want to be farming chests. The Matrix Grid sometimes gives those legendary pieces as well. You can also get ship pieces from here, as I'm sure you're all aware, or ship skin pieces, should I say. Because there's not many that I need to unlock, I normally use my Matrix tickets when there are 2 or more pieces that I need. That's quite rare though, so I have to do a lot of waiting before that finally comes up. Don't forget the importance of a clan as well. The clan market, if we go over to the skin here, you can unlock a lot of skins from this section. The Mystic Pulse Blast is there. I still need that for the Transformer Pulse Blast. I also still need the Galaxy Lord, which can be bought from here. Also, sometimes crystals come up. I'm going to go ahead and get those. It's important to try and play in a decent clan and at least get to the 110,000 mark if you can. Reaching 150,000 is kind of unrealistic for most normal players or a free player like myself, but 110,000 is actually not too bad, and that's what I normally get as my minimum for each month. But that's dependent on your play time and a lot of other factors as well, if you can actually get that. So events on this game are really, really important. You want to try and get as much as possible from each event. If you don't have the crystals to buy the items, you can just farm mini-boss mode until you have enough. You might need to play it a lot though. 2 to 3 crystals in around 3 minutes is what you get on average from playing stage 8. But that's something to bear in mind. I finished this event, bought all of the items, plus I also got a few more of the legendary pieces, hot dog sausages from here. I will say sometimes we have those big events up though, and those are almost impossible to complete as a completely free player. You will likely need to spend money on those if you want to get all of the items from them. So the final tip I'm going to talk about is getting ship EXP. You can see most of these ships are max rank at the 10,000. Apart from the last 2, which are much harder to rank up. For the last 2 ships, I recommend playing Endless Mode, since you can't select them at the start. For the other ships, though, you can just play Campaign, and you can just AFK it as well. I will explain what I mean. Just scroll down to the bottom. So I used to pick Stage 5 when AFK levelling up my ships. You just pick the ship you want to level up. The first 2, though, you have to purchase with gold. And then just leave it until either the stage has completed itself or 10 minutes have passed. I'll just do a stage with Thunderblade as an example. Here we go. So I should be able to just leave this unless another ship drops, and it will complete itself without me doing anything. With a bit of luck anyway. Hopefully this won't go horribly wrong. It's also a way you can get those drone ticket pieces. You can see here it's the cameras, quest items. Just leave it in the middle. And it's basically completing itself. There we go. You got the idea for how this works now. Shouldn't take too much longer to complete. And that's one way of getting ship EXP without actually doing anything. Plus you can get those ad spin items done as well by this method. It's better with a ship that doesn't kill the enemies though. You can leave it AFK for 10 minutes, then get the ship EXP. But that doesn't work on most of the ships, unfortunately, especially when they have evolve, like this ship does. We're nearly done anyway. There's wave 10. Thunderblade got through this really quickly, and it might pick up that purple ship. Well, I moved it, so it did. But that's the way I recommend getting ship EXP, since you don't actually have to do anything for this. There we go. I won't watch the ad spin. Not much point, since this is not my main device. And there we go. I think that's about everything I can cover in this video that might be useful. I hope that was interesting. If you do have any questions or suggestions regarding this video, please do let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to help. If you did enjoy this video, please do subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Subscribing is very much appreciated. This is my only video for this game so far. I might do other videos at a later date, depending on how many views this video gets. And thanks for watching.